Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching. It would mean the world to us if you could just scroll down, like, hit the subscribe button for the Snaps YouTube channel. It goes a long way towards helping us out. Now, let's dive into some college football. In case you missed it, you see it on the thumbnail, but Texas, the Texas Longhorns, Aaron, your boys extending Steve Sarkisian, okay? Paying him over $10 million a year annually. What's crazy about this is he actually was, not making that much. He was relatively to this number. This is a pretty massive raise. This is somebody who was making $6 million a year before this contract. Now it'll start at 10.3. It'll go up $100,000 all the way up to 10.9 in the year 2030. He also got 2 cars. He got a private jet, and he got access to a
he had access to a private jet. They didn't give him a private jet. I think that was a little overblown, but still, I think it's like 20 hours a month. I think someone told me 20 hours a month to kind of fly wherever you want, and that's
I'm going to say
personal
functionally,
miles.
yeah, I'm going to say that ain't recruiting. I'm going to say personally,
Yes,
you got
personal.
a private jet at that point, or functionally. Sorry, functionally, you actually have the best private jet set up because you don't have to fucking pay for the upkeep. You don't own it. You're just getting allotted PJ hours wherever you want it. That's big time.
That is big time.
So, hey, congratulations, dude. You win 10 games.
You could bank a lot of those hours because, like, you ain't going to fly anywhere from August to January. You bank those hours and you just use them all kind of in the 2 months you do got off. You can fly all over across the United States with the family for free.
I mean, I spent all this offseason talking so much shit. Congratulations, Steve Sarkisian. You finally win 10 games. For the first time in your career, you win 10 games. You don't win a playoff game, but you do win a conference, and now all of a sudden you're making over $10 million a year.
Yeah, but listen, Texas is not stupid in the sense of looking at the college football landscape, seeing what is going on when it comes to coaches, because head coaches becoming OCs, head coaches moving on to the NFL, other head coaches moving to certain other positions. I know some of this is like lower level, maybe not in the SEC or the Big Ten, but it's a really weird landscape right now when you kind of step back and look at what's going on with college football and even diving deeper into like just head coaches, OCs, DCs. I mean, Georgia just lost one of their coaches to go become a receiver coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's like when you can lock in a guy that you believe in, you give him everything he wants: money, cars, planes, country club membership.
Is your agent Jimmy Sexton as well? Are you too carrying the water for Jimmy Sexton like everybody else is? Because I'm not even
applauding Jimmy Sexton. I'm applauding the university here.
Who the fuck wanted to pay Steve Sarkisian this money? Who was going after Sark for $10 million a year?
I would say if you believe that he has turned the corner, and if you believe Texas has turned the corner, and this wasn't just a one-year wonder, and that Texas is truly I think ESPN had them as a top 5 team heading into next season. I think you and I have them as a top 5 team. If you believe Texas has reached that point and he's recruited like that, and now he's proving it out on the football field, then yes, he is a $10 million coach.
Why though in college football are we so why are we so hard on paying guys so quickly? What happened to doing it 2 years in a row? I mean, Nick Sirianni, I know this is an NFL, so this is apples to oranges a bit, but Nick Sirianni was just in a Super Bowl, had the Eagles at 10-1, looked like it was all incredible, and now everybody thinks he sucks and should be fired. Like, the end can come so fast. What would have been so wrong for Texas to wait one more year and see what they do this year? Like, it's going to get more expensive? Well, guess what? If he fucking wins a natty, it's going to get more expensive anyway. Like, if he goes out and falls again, you're going to have to pay him again anyway.
I think there was a sense of urgency. If this wasn't going to be such a brand new season, if this wasn't going to be Texas's first season in the SEC, there wasn't going to essentially 2 mega conferences and a new playoff format. If that wasn't happening next year, then maybe you give it another season to kind of determine if you really want to go full in Sark for the future for Texas football. But I think because of everything going on, you would like some security at the head coaching position to lock it in and say, we got our coach, We got a Big 12 championship last year. We got a playoff berth last year. We have all this momentum, and we are ready. We are committed to Sarkisian. We believe in Sarkisian. We believe in the future of what college football is going to be. And like, we don't want to have any kind of question marks as we move forward. I think there was a sense of checking off all the boxes before we move on to the SEC. And one of those boxes are, we have our coach for the next 10 years.
Look, man, I don't get it.
You just don't believe in Sark still. Like, you still
have
reservations.
That is not the case at all.
Do.
That is not the case at all.
You do too.
I think everything you just said about wanting to pay him because you're going into a new setting is the exact reason why you should have waited one more year to pay him. Because you are going into a new setting in the SEC. Like, what if he goes and falls flat in his face? Like, look at how quickly the end came for Lincoln Riley from one year to the next. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Sark. What I am saying is, like, look, we're going to talk other coaches, okay? And when you look at other coaches' resumes, they smash Steve Sarkisian's. And yet, because he had one good year, you're now crowning him. Okay, maybe. Look, I agree with you. Everything seems like it's moving in the right direction.
It's moving in the right direction.
Everything, the recruiting, the buy-in.
What would you pay Steve Sarkisian? Like, if he was due for a new contract tomorrow, what do you think? He's an $8 million coach, $9 million coach?
I'm not mad at the overall number. I'm talking about the timing.
Okay, that's what I was just
wondering. Why pay him at all? Why not let him make $6 million again next year, and then if he balls out, pay him 11. And that ain't no fucking difference between 10. Like this just I don't know. Okay, we talked about the pickup artist, right? And we talked about trying to pick up on people of the opposite sex and how you need to make them feel insecure, right? You need to neg them. Jimmy Sexton's ability to make schools feel immediately insecure is unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't think he was selling Sark leaving. Like, I think everyone in the building knew Sark's not going anywhere.
So then why pay him? That's my point. Then why pay him?
Because they believe in him. That's
what?
Like,
what other fucking job do you get your money doubled with? You've only done with, one
college
time
football, being a college football head coach.
What are we talking about?
Being a college football head coach, being a college football, that's it. I mean, to say that we have a top 10 coach, top 5 coach in all of college football on our team, I don't know. You got too much money in the state of Texas with. You made it to the playoffs and all this money's flooding into the university and you got to spend it on something. So you lock up your coach for the next 10 years.
But here's the deal. If he does good, he's going to get a raise in like 2 years. Like, they'll still have to pay him more. I just don't understand the finances of it. I do not like, Jason Wiley says, better question. Which current coach would you rather pay $10 million a year to coach Texas? You didn't have to pay anybody $10 million a year to coach.
But maybe it does save money in the long run. Maybe it's like, you know what? If he does go out there and make a playoff again next year, that number is going to go to 11. So
exactly.
Yeah, but so for them as a school, they're saving money then.
Not really. I mean, if he makes a playoff thanks to the bonus, I think he gets near damn $1 million extra anyway. So
then if you have an $11 million deal next year, you have a bonus that's $12 million. So then you save $1 million a year over the next 8 years, kind of makes up for him having an extra year.
No, because if he wins,
the money was going to be made one. If you believe that Texas was going to be a consistent playoff team going forward, if you believe in the brand, like, they're going to be a playoff team next year, he's going to get paid next season $11 or $12 million. I just think that there's that overall confidence in the building right now that we don't need to see anymore. We've seen the progression. We've seen the recruiting. We've seen what he does on the transfer portal route. He's put together another incredible football team. He's going to make it to the playoffs next year. We don't need to see anything more. Like, I am all for giving a vote of confidence to my football team and to my head coach that we believe in. You go out there and let's go win another, conference championship and compete in the SEC.
All right. You better hope it's right. Better hope this isn't.
I think it's right. I'm all for it.
Dogecoin situation here. Just got hot. For a little bit. No, look, and I
do you truly think, like, what he's built at Texas with that roster, that there is I think for Texas next year, a bad season's 9-3.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what he does, kind of. But look, the future is uncertain. And my whole point is there was nobody out there trying to pay him $10 million. So if I was leadership, I'd say, Sark, look, man, we love you. We love the direction of everything. do it one more year, and you're getting the big payday. Maybe this is right that Texas wants to have one of the highest paid coaches as like a flex. I could see that.
Yeah.
I know that they're going to constantly try to. People always try to tell you, oh well, like you need it so that recruits know their coach is going to be there. What if an NFL team comes calling? You know, like there's no guarantee that you're going to be there either way. So I think
What's
that's
the
always
buyout though?
overblown.
Yeah, but I wonder what the new buyout is in the contract. Like,
I don't
could
know.
someone? Is this more of like an also security too, part of the money? Like there's a massive buyout that was put in place where if a NFL team, because he's not going to leave Texas. I think you and I have talked about that before. Like you don't leave Texas. If you're winning at Texas, that's a program that you stay at for the rest of your life if you can. Unless you want to go to the NFL. But like what would that buyout be for an NFL team to come after him if he did string together 2-3 good seasons?
I've said my piece. Maybe I'm off base here. I'm with you. We've seen our lists. I think Tech's going to be great next year.
Yep.
I still think it's interesting that in college we fall over ourselves to pay guys early, and a lot of times those guys end up going bust. And right now with Sark's resume, last year represents the exception rather than the rule. And you know what they did? They still lost to Washington and Kalen DeBoer for the second year in a row. And now they're going into a harder conference, but the expectations are going to be even higher. We'll see this. I mean, the man got his salary doubled. Good on him. Good on him. Good on Steve Sarkisian. So with that in mind, then talking a little coaching pressure cookers. Well, actually, let's get to this. Let's get to this question that PG put in here. How many titles? Last thing on Sark. How many titles does Sark need to win over the next 6 years to justify this?
1.
That's right. That's right. So
Just
it is a
one.
relatively. It's a
relative. I think I even struggle with saying that like Georgia is going to win multiple championships for the next 6 years. Like it is, as we know, going to be more difficult to win championships with this new format, with these new leagues, to make it through the season, to have the depth on your roster because of the transfer portal, to build a team that everything has to be almost perfect for you to win a championship. Like that's what we're getting into right now with this new era of college football. So I think if they can win one championship over the next 6 years and maybe say one SEC championship, go to another SEC championship, I think that more than justifies when you're in a league with Kirby Smart and Brian Kelly and a bunch of these other guys. When you're in that league and can prove that you can have success in that league, then he's worth all that money.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the one championship metric. We'll see. We'll see if Texas get it done or not.